The Footprints Conversation series features discussions and insights from accomplished workplace and marketplace leaders, and their experiences on key leadership issues that could be of value to professionals and business people working for the Lord in their workplace and marketplace. We are back this week for the final discussion with our distinguished panel on strategy. As we noted last week, strategy is defined as a plan of action designed to achieve a long-term goal or objective. As professionals and business people, we are always dealing with strategic decision-making, strategic planning and implementation at the workplace. These are all based on strategy. Please let's welcome again to the Footprints Conversations Out distinguished panel.
We are happy to be here
again. General Joshua, I promised last week we would start with you since we didn't have time for your intervention. Please let us hear from you.
Thanks for that. When I took over the baton from Moses as the leader of the Israelites and as an army general, my first task was conquering the formidable city of Jericho. Jericho was a walled city, so you could only gain victory with superior military air power, well-trained special forces and powerful artillery, including dynamite. We had none of that. Our strategy included sending 2 men for reconnaissance survey. The report they brought from the reconnaissance survey showed that everyone in Jericho was afraid of our attack.
Very interesting. Everyone in Jericho was afraid of your attack? With all their strong, well-protected walls versus your limited military strength? Why?
Jericho was not afraid because of our military strength but because of the Lord on our side. Now, you and your audience should listen carefully to this. When we were getting closer to Jericho, I saw a man standing in front of us with his sword drawn, so I went to him and asked if he is for us or for our enemies. He told me he is neither for us nor for our enemies, but he is there as commander of the army of the Lord. I learnt the lesson that the Lord will be on the side of anyone who acknowledges him and obeys his strategic direction. I wanted the Lord on our side, so I quickly fell face down and worshipped. This is why I cannot emphasize enough that you should acknowledge the Lord and involve Him in every tasks you may have at your workplace, including your strategies. If you involve Him, He will show Himself powerful on your side.
This is very insightful. It is like 2 Chronicles 16 verse 9. For the eyes of the Lord range throughout the earth to strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to Him. He is neutral and will be on the side of anyone whose heart is fully committed to Him.
Yes, the Lord was on our side, and He gave us the strategy that involved 1. Comprehensive and achievable game plan, 2. Strategic positioning and 3. Timing with the right moment for each tactical activity. The game plan involved marching around the city once every day for 6 days and around the city 7 times on the 7th day with the priests blowing the trumpets. The strategic positioning was detailed with even where the armed guard and the 7 priests must be positioned with regards to the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord. The timing included even details about when to march, when to blow the trumpet, when to shout and when to launch the attack to the city.
This is very interesting. I am beginning to think that strategy may have its origin in the Bible. Game plan, timing, positioning and related tactical activities are all key elements of a strategy. Yes, King David. Please go ahead. You have the floor.
I just want to use my Baal-perism experience in 1 Chronicles 14 to support what General Joshua said about strategic game plan, positioning, and timing. The second time the Philistines attacked us, I inquired of the Lord again, and this time He changed the strategy. This is why you have to consistently seek the Lord in each strategic endeavor. This time, the game plan was not to go directly after them, but to circle around them. The positioning was to launch the attack in front of the poplar trees, and the strategic timing to attack was when I heard the sound of marching in the tops of the poplar trees.
Powerful. So, with all these amazing experiences and testimonies, why do most believers fail to involve the Lord in their strategy at the workplace and marketplace?
I guess some believers don't know that the Lord does not make a difference between our work and our worship. Our work should be part of our worship and should bring the glory to the Lord. It may also be the fear that the Lord may lead them on some ridiculous or unconventional strategy, as King David said last week. For example, what are blowing trumpets and marching around a wall have to do with military battle? Very ridiculous. but we did the seemingly ridiculous and we experienced the miraculous.
Talking about seemingly ridiculous strategy. In our case, what does the blowing of trumpets, smashing of jars, and the blandishing of torches have to do with battle? But they were part of the strategic directions the Lord gave us, and we needed to obey to have the victory. If the unconventional strategy of the Lord will help you to achieve the strategic objectives, why not go for it?
Listening to all these amazing experiences with using catapult, blowing trumpets and smashing jars as part of military strategy, I'm beginning to think that the Lord has a great sense of humor. Yes, my role model, go ahead.
Course. It is also to show us that His ways are not our ways. He can use anything for His glory. So, instead of being afraid of the seemingly ridiculous strategy, we should rather see it as the opportunity to experience the miraculous.
Awesome insights, experiences, and testimonies about strategy. To recap, last week we learned that biblical perspectives of strategy involves 1. Efficient allocation of resources to deliver the strategic objectives. 2. The assurance of the Lord's involvement and His step-by-step strategic directions reduces risks and uncertainties. 3. It is key to inquire of the Lord and involve Him in the strategy. And 4. Although strategy with the Lord may seem unconventional, we have to trust that it will deliver the strategic objectives. In addition to these, we have been informed this week of 1. Comprehensive and achievable game plan, 2. Strategic positioning, and 3. Timing with the right moment for each tactical activity. As usual, the strategy may be unconventional or ridiculous, but if we trust and implement the ridiculous, we will experience the miraculous. May the Lord help us to apply these lessons. Please let's give it up to our distinguished panel for such insights into strategy from their own experiences.
For those who sent us messages of how you were blessed by the discussions in the video, God bless you for that. Our understanding from Hebrews 4 verse 2 is that you were blessed because you combined what you heard with faith. May we ask you to encourage those you pass on the videos to do the same. Let us encourage one another to apply these biblical leadership principles as we fulfill our callings at our workplace.